In a courtroom in Agra, a gripping trial unfolded. It was about a murder of a person named Suresh Verma. Among the witnesses was a boy named Titu, who had a story to tell. Titu stood before the judge and began his story and said, Suresh Verma drove towards his grand bungalow. He parked his car and honked, calling out for someone to open the gates. No response followed his repeated honks. Frustrated, he stepped out of the car, beginning to walk towards the house. Suddenly, two figures sprinted towards him with guns. Before Suresh could react, a single bullet pierced the silence, ending his life instantly. The judge asked Titu how he knew all this. Titu's reply stunned everyone. He said, because I am Suresh Verma. December 10th, 1983. A child is born into a humble family in Uttar Pradesh, India, named Titu Singh, affectionately called Titu. Unlike most toddlers, Titu's early years were shrouded in an unsettling mystery and two strange birthmarks. At the tender age of 2, he began uttering unsettling pronouncements. He denied his family, claiming his name was Suresh, a married man with a life far removed from their poverty. He boasted of wealth, a big house, and a car stark contrast to their reality. His family dismissed it as childish whimsy, but as Titu grew, his behavior became increasingly bizarre. By 4, he developed an inexplicable urge to travel to Agra, 13 kilometers from their village. He refused to reveal why, but his insistence grew unnerving. One day, his father ventured to Agra for work. When Titu discovered this, a storm erupted. He demanded to be taken to his family there, revealing details of a radio shop he supposedly owned. He was very specific about the location of this radio shop. This revelation spurred his brother Ashok into action. Ashok's journey to Agra unveiled a shocking truth. He found a radio shop named Suresh Radio on the bustling Mall Road, precisely as Titu described. Inside, a grieving widow, Uma Verma, confirmed that her husband, Suresh, a radio shop owner, had passed away 5 years ago. The similarities were uncanny. It was like Suresh Verma was reborn as Titu. But it was not possible, as Titu was born a year prior to Suresh Verma's death. This was not the typical case of reincarnation, where a person is reborn in different physical body after death. The reality was far worse than anyone imagined. The next day, Uma went to Titu's village. The moment their eyes met, Titu raced towards her. He recognized the car she arrived in and angrily said, "Where is my Fiat?" And Suresh's befuddled brother replied, "We sold it after his death." And he thought, how could this child know this? Further astonishment unfolded as Titu told Suresh's family about a specific tree in their courtyard, claiming he had buried gold coins beneath it. This turned out to be true, a detail only someone truly familiar with the past could know. With tears in his eyes, Titu embraced Suresh's parents, then rushed to Uma, inquiring about his children. The weight of this truth started to settle upon Titu's family. What they initially deemed childish games were, in fact, fragments of a past life. Watching all this, Titu's mother ran inside a house and brought scissors, and she started to cut Titu's hair from the right side of his skull, revealing a birthmark. Suresh's family was stunned by Titu's birthmark, as it was located on the exact spot where Suresh was shot. But Titu also had a strange birthmark behind his skull, which no one recognized, and this birthmark veiled a far more sinister secret. Titu's story became the talk of the village, then the state. Newspapers and radio stations buzzed with the tale of the reincarnated boy. This phenomenon caught the attention of Dr. Antonia Mills, a reincarnation researcher at the University of Delhi, a colleague of the renowned Dr. Ian Stevenson. Mills, intrigued by Titu's case, embarked on a journey to Agra with his family. As they entered the city, Titu's memories flooded back. He effortlessly guided them to his former home and shop. However, the question remained, was reincarnation the only answer? Mills meticulously documented Titu's behavior, noting similarities between him and the deceased Suresh. Both were known to exhibit a fiery temper. Then, one day, while shopping with Mills and his family, Titu displayed a disturbingly familiar trait. He threatened a shopkeeper who offered a discount to Mills, claiming she was his guest. This incident, mirroring Suresh's known aggression, further cemented the possibility of a past life connection in Mills' mind. The case took a dramatic turn when Titu accused a business partner of Suresh of murder. This stunning revelation fueled media frenzy, leading to the reopening of Suresh's murder case. For the first time, a 4-year-old boy would be testifying against his murderer from a past life. In court, Titu recounted the details of his death: a gunshot wound to the right side of his head. His statements aligned perfectly with Suresh Verma's autopsy report. Mills' research, including details of Titu's birthmark, located on the exact spot of the gunshot wound, further strengthened the case. However, there was a problem. Official birth records indicated Titu's birth in 1982, while Suresh was murdered in August 1983. The theory of reincarnation was in question. According to this theory, a person's non-physical essence, like a soul or consciousness, is reborn into a new body after death. It's basically a cosmic game of musical chairs, with your soul moving from life to life. But the problem was, if Titu was indeed born in 1982, how could Suresh's soul have entered his body when Suresh wasn't even murdered yet? As details of the birth date discrepancy emerged, public opinion became divided. Some accused Titu's family of manipulation, fabricating the story for financial gain. However, the question remained: how could Titu have known such detailed and intimate details about Suresh and his family, including the identity of his attackers? The key to unraveling this mystery might be found in the unexplained birthmarks on the back of Titu's head. The discrepancy in birth dates introduced a new theory: the theory of delayed replacement. This concept proposes that a deceased soul can enter the body of a living child, replacing the original soul. This could occur any time, from conception to birth. James Matlock proposed that Titu's case was a rare instance where Suresh's soul replaced Titu's soul a few months after the child's birth. This theory, while uncommon, offered a plausible explanation for the birth date discrepancy. Titu possessed additional unexplained birthmarks on the back of his head. Mills hadn't elaborated on these in her reports. Matlock suggested these marks might be remnants of the process by which Suresh's soul entered Titu's body and replaced his soul. In Hinduism, this concept is known as Parakaya Pravesh, or alien entry, where a spirit displaces a living soul and takes control of the body. Hindu scriptures often associate birthmarks with past life injuries. Titu's birthmark served as a powerful symbol of this connection. Ultimately, based on this evidence, the Agra court accepted the theory of reincarnation and convicted Suresh's killers, marking a groundbreaking legal precedent. Titu's case wasn't the first reincarnation story from India, but the combination of the Agra court's verdict and the theory of reincarnation made it unique. Was Titu truly a reincarnation of Suresh, or was it all an elaborate act? Titu Singh's case continues to be studied as a fascinating yet unresolved example of reincarnation. The truth behind this story remains a captivating mystery. Do you believe in this theory? Or do you think there is some scientific explanation for this case? Please share your thoughts in the comments section, and don't forget to like and subscribe. It will help me to create more such content. Thank you for watching.